Clemson fans talking about what North Carolina is doing. They blew a 17-point lead against Georgia Tech. They've got a tough game against NC State. Of course, Clemson folks wanted them to show up at 11-1 in the ACC championship game. That's not going to happen. But is there much talk about what North Carolina is doing and how that impacts Clemson's resume?
I've seen a little bit of it. If there's a lot of talk about it, I haven't seen it. There was more talk about needing South Carolina to beat Tennessee, and I was of the opinion that North Carolina's loss might have hurt Clemson worse than Tennessee's loss, or I'm of the opinion that North Carolina's loss might have hurt Clemson worse than if Tennessee had won. But I know some people are keeping one eye on what North Carolina's doing. That's a scary offense, but I thought Georgia Tech came in with a brilliant game plan. And for the first time this season, I thought Drake May kind of looked like a freshman at times. They kept him bottled up inside the pocket, pressured him, didn't let him have any escape routes out of there, and it impacted him. He struggled at times. And, they might have laid out a blueprint for Clemson to have some success in that game in Charlotte next weekend.
I know from a perception standpoint that facing a North Carolina team that's 11-1 looks good on the resume and looks good for a final data point to show the College Football Playoff Committee versus UNC being 10-2, or if they lose this weekend, 9-3. But if you look at it objectively, North Carolina is playing in Georgia Tech and in NC State, two teams that Clemson played. So if you're looking at it objectively, somebody's got to win the game, somebody's got to lose the game. So while North Carolina's resume is being knocked down, the resume of Georgia Tech and NC State should be propped up further and more impressive by those wins. So it's a win and a loss either way if you're looking at it objectively.
Yeah, Clemson's still going to need a little bit of help if they want to get back into the playoff discussion, regardless of what North Carolina does. Obviously, Clemson's got to take care of their own business, but they're probably going to need USC or TCU to lose, to get back into this thing. So these things tend to work themselves out. I think for the most part, the committee's got it right most years. The four teams that were supposed to go did go. And again, I just think more often than not, this stuff works itself out. We like to talk about all the chaos that's on the horizon. And then by the time we get to the end of the season, we don't have nearly the chaos that we were hoping to have or thinking we might have. And I know this college football season has been crazy. I just got a feeling it's going to kind of play out that way again, and things are going to fall into place. And whether that includes Clemson being in the playoff or not, we'll see. But I think those things work themselves out.
Jason Priester breaking down Clemson football for us each and every week here at the Voice of College Football. We encourage you to hang out on allclemson.com on SI. Check out Jason's work on this upcoming game against South Carolina, and then, of course, the ACC championship game. Jason, we appreciate you stopping by. Happy Thanksgiving, and hope you enjoy the game.
Yes, sir. I'll also add this in there. Clemson's won 7 in a row, going for an 8 straight win. Neither team in this long, storied rivalry played over 100 games, goes back to the 1800s. Neither team has ever won 8 in a row. The record is 7. So Clemson looking to set a series record in this one.
All right, Jason. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Mark.